After finishing last season as the first seed in the West with a 57-25 record and having the runner-up in the MVP voting, the Oklahoma City Thunder have quietly executed an amazing offseason plan. This is nothing new for the Thunder, as they've rebuilt their team in the last few years to one of the best teams in the league. That's a big thanks to Sam Presti, who's acquired so much draft capital and just done all the right moves to put the Thunder in this position. Other teams have gotten the spotlight and overshadowed the Thunder this offseason due to the highly anticipated acquisitions of players like Paul George and Klay Thompson. This shouldn't overshadow the moves the Thunder have made, as they have addressed the problems from last season that were the big concerns going into this offseason. On top of these moves, the Thunder did not lose any of their key draft capital, which is huge for the future of the team, and you just got to give props to Sam Presti. He's really finessing the league at this point. These two obvious moves being Josh Giddey being traded to the Bulls for defensive superstar Alex Caruso, and then the acquisition of Isaiah Hartenstein from the New York Knicks. Let's first dive into the trade of Alex Caruso to the Thunder for Josh Giddey. Now, Josh Giddey is a decent player, but he just ended up not fitting well into the Thunder rotation, and he got played out of that rotation during the playoffs, being borderline unplayable at times. Due to his lack of lateral quickness, staying in front of people was a problem for Giddey, and that's something that Alex Caruso excels at and is an all-NBA defender for his perimeter defense. An absolute terror on the perimeter. When the Thunder ran into the Mavericks in the conference semifinals, they had a hard time stopping Luka Doncic. Now, I'm by no means saying Alex Caruso will shut down Luka. I think that's impossible. You only can slow him down. But having an elite perimeter defender sure will help the Thunder, as they can at least slow him down, and he's very good in the pick and roll, which is what the Mavericks did to beat the Thunder, just abuse the pick and roll with Luka Doncic. Now, Alex Caruso's defense is obvious the main benefit for the Thunder team, but don't let it distract you that Alex Caruso is an overall well-rounded offensive player that can thrive in a nice offensive system, which the Thunder have, especially just sitting off ball and catching and shooting. That's one of his key skills on the offensive end. AC will add tremendous value to this team's backcourt, and it's just going to overall help this team be more successful. Now let's look at that second signing of Isaiah Hartenstein from the New York Knicks. First, starting with the offensive side of the ball. The most important skill that Hartenstein brings to this team is his playmaking and facilitating, specifically out of the pick and roll. We saw it time and time again with the two-man game with Brunson, getting the ball out of the roll at the high post and making all the right decisions time and time again, whether it's dropping off to the dunker spot, which will be Chet, either through a lob or just a bounce pass, or passing it out to the perimeter to one of many elite shooters that the Thunder have. He will be an important part of their offensive philosophy and can really fit the system extremely well. Hartenstein also has that little float shot, which he'll be able to get in this system. With people blitzing out at SGA, he'll be able to have an open lane a lot of the time and be able to shoot that floater shot that he does so well. There was times during this playoffs, especially against the Sixers, where he hit 4 or 5 in a row and looked unstoppable with that floater. Another aspect of his offensive game is setting screens. He will be for sure the best screen setter on this Thunder team and allow SGA to get more space and just be even more lethal, getting mismatches and just getting in his position, picking his spots well in the mid-range. Whether it's through a dribble handoff or a conventional screen, Isaiah Hartenstein does it well. Now let's look at the defensive side of the ball and what Isaiah Hartenstein brings to the Thunder. Now the Thunder are no stranger to playing good defense. They were third in the league in defensive rating and have good matchups where they can switch onto people and hold their own. Isaiah Hartenstein is no different. He can switch on the smaller guards who are much quicker than him and hold his own, as well as protecting the rim at a pretty good level. The potential that Isaiah Hartenstein brings to the Thunder is second to none, allowing them to have a defensive lineup potentially of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren at a stretch 4, and then Isaiah Hartenstein at the 5. That's going to be a very tough team to score on, and an elite defensive team. Lou Dort is already a great wing/perimeter defender. He can switch to bigger players, hold his own down in the paint, and we already know the force he can make on the perimeter. Alex Caruso brings that as well, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the league in steals, so he can also do his thing out there. And we already saw what Chet can do on the defensive end, blocking so many shots. Isaiah Hartenstein is no different. He can block shots and also get steals. He is one of 3 players that had 75 blocks and 75 steals in the entire NBA last season. And defensively, this team is going to look really good. On top of those 2 key acquisitions, the Thunder also extended key role players such as Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, allowing this team to keep that chemistry together in that core and basically just running it back. As a team who was a 1 seed last year, they're running it back with a better fitting, more deep team, and it's going to be very fun to watch. I just want to dive into the draft a little bit too with this team. They obviously have a lot of draft capital. So many picks. They didn't give up any. And they drafted Nikola Topic, who has the potential to be a great player in this league. He probably won't play due to a knee injury that he sustained last year playing in the EuroLeague, but he has the ceiling to be a great all-star player in this league. With all this being said, it's clear to see that the Thunder have quietly had a tremendous offseason and still could do more. We're still early in this offseason process. They addressed the problems they had last season and really just made great moves to fit more depth and just have a better overall team, and it's exciting to see going forward. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe down below. We'll see you next time.